Hey everybody, I hope everybody is having a great day or night or whenever you're watching this video. Um, I just want to kind of take 5 or 10 minutes to encourage you and I don't know, maybe help you. This has helped me. Uh, I know I've been trying to live right for God, do more for Him, but it gets hard, especially for me as a student, just because school started back. I think this is week 10 of school, and over the summer it's easy just because I'm not having to be at school. But now I'm waking up at 6:30 every morning, which I've been trying to wake up a little bit earlier to make some time for God. But you wake up, you go to school, then you come back home and you have some type of practice or lessons or something like that. And then it's supper time and you eat supper with your family. And then by the time you get your homework done, it's 8 or 9 o'clock. And it's really hard to make time for God, which it shouldn't be that way. God should come first, but that's just the broken world we live in and the struggle that we have to deal with. Um, but I've noticed whenever, see, how should I word this? Whenever I don't want to say remove God, but we kind of take a step back from God and we don't realize we're doing it. But we stop praying, we stop reading, we stop doing something that we start getting tempted a whole lot more, and we start kind of slipping away a whole lot more, and it's a whole lot easier. So I preached a sermon on temptation, which Lord willing, I'm going to this weekend or next week kind of redo that on YouTube and upload that because that really helped me a lot. But studying that out, I think one of the most effective ways um I've found is just resisting Satan, right? Like anytime you're wanting to go and do something wrong, just be like, hey, no, I'm gonna go talk to a friend, or I'm gonna go hang out with a buddy, or go, I don't know, go shoot my bow, go shoot a gun. Just do something that makes you happy. So I want to read you this verse out of James. This has become one of my favorite books. James has um in um chapter 4 verse 7 and 8. So this is James chapter 4 verse 7 and 8. He says, "Submit yourselves therefore to God." Period. So that period ends that thought. Submit yourselves therefore to God. I mean, that's pretty straightforward. Just give your life to God. Devote your time to God. Because technically it's not your time, it's God's time. The next part, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Period. Okay. And that verse don't say resist the devil and he's slowly gonna creep away. That don't say if you let the devil in, he's not going to mess with you. It says resist the devil and he will flee from you. To flee, that means to literally turn 180 degrees and sprint in the opposite direction. When soldiers go to war, if they flee from their enemies, they're going to lose that battle. So when we're going to these spiritual battles, and I don't want to say we're going to them, but when we are a part of these spiritual battles, our end goal is to make the enemy, so that Satan, the demons, all these different, evil things that we're going to encounter, we want to make them flee from us. Um, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I don't have a outline with me, so I'm a little scattered. Verse 8, draw nigh to God, and he will draw nigh to you, period. So that draw nigh to God, if we get closer to God, he's going to get closer to us. So I got two analogies for that. Um, I just forgot my analogy. Oh yeah. So, if you're wanting to become friends with somebody or find somebody to date, or if you're just wanting to build a relationship with somebody in general, the first thing you're gonna do is find a way to talk to that person and find a way to communicate to that person. So you have that ability to, share your common interests and to be able to get to know each other. That's drawing nigh to each other. So if you're drawing out of God, He's going to draw nigh to you. So this is one of those promises that we have to live by faith. So we just need to trust God that when we're putting in the effort, He's putting in the effort back. My second analogy here is you look at water, and we learn in science about all like the hydrogen bonds and ions and atoms, and a lot of that goes over my head. Uh, I'm not real sciencey, but I remember we talked about one type of bond that when water is right here, and I'm not explaining this right, but I'll use my Bible right here. So you have water here and another drop of water here, and then uh, something about the space. If the space is right, that water is going to detect each other, and it's going to creep towards each other and attach and make just one big puddle of water. And that's how God is. You know, He's going to creep towards us, and then all of a sudden, we're just going to become one with Him. And I'm not meaning one in like a physical sense, but one, spiritually. Uh, they'll have that verse: "Cleanse your hands, ye sinners, and purify your hearts, ye double-minded." So I mean, this is kind of that's some strong language. Um, Verse 9: "Be afflicted and mourn and weep. Let your laughter be turned to mourning and your joy to heaviness." That's some Ecclesiastes sounding stuff. And in verse 10: "Humble yourselves in the sight of the Lord, and He shall lift you up." So if you want to be able to have that relationship with God, humble yourself. Put away your pride. Me and Tate are making a gospel tract together, and we both made our own gospel tracks, and we were kind of competing to see who had the better gospel track. And we were both talking today, and he was like, "Hey man, we just need to put our pride aside and combine it and make both of ours into one really good gospel track. And we need to do that to God. We need to humble ourselves so we're not saying this is my ministry or I know all this Bible, and we need to be able to just be like, okay, I'm humble. God, fill me with your knowledge." Um, so I don't know. I really hope this helps you guys. It's just kind of a thought. I want to encourage you just to keep on the truck. And I know it gets hard. For some reason, this time of year always gets kind of hard for a lot of Christians. I don't know if it's because it might have something to do with the weather change. I don't know. It just kind of seems like an excuse to me. Um, but I don't know. But I just want to encourage everybody to keep on trucking on. I encourage you to go out and witness to people. I was able to lead a girl to the Lord the other day at school, and that was a blessing. It kind of encouraged me, and I know it helped her out. But witness, because that'll help you a whole lot more than you think. I remember the first time I led somebody to the Lord. It kind of gave me like a spiritual high for like 9 months. It was really awesome. Now I can still look back on that and remember that feeling I had. And I wasn't even 100% like super close to God then. I was kind of wishy washy. Um, but I want to just encourage y'all. I know sometimes it gets hard and you feel like you're all alone and it feels like God's not there, but He's always here, right? The Bible says, "I will never leave thee nor forsake thee." So I might say leave you nor forsake you. I don't know, but it says something to that effect. It's either you or thee. But yeah, I hope this just encourages y'all. Thank you everybody who's been faithful viewing our channel. I'm sorry we haven't been uploading regularly. I've been trying to get one video out a week. Tate has been struggling with his internet and his weird schedule, but he is going to be uploading a video in about a month, so maybe 3 weeks. That's a blessing. We're going to try to start back the Romans podcast again. That should be coming in about a month and a half. We're going to kick that back up and try to finish out the book of Romans, and then take a break, and then maybe around Christmas time start uh maybe Corinthians, maybe Timothy. Just want to Paul's good epistles. So I don't know. I hope everybody has a great day. Everybody has a great week, month, year. And just like I said, keep on trucking for God, keep on living, and just have faith. Hebrews 11 says, "But without faith, it is impossible to please Him." So just have that faith and do your best to please God. And just I don't know. We need to stick together and work on that. Work on our prayer. Work on our life. Just work on being Christians. Well, I'm rambling, so I hope everybody has a good day, and I will see y'all next time.